Hey everyone, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel or to my videos, wherever you guys are listening to me. Thank you again. And if you guys are interested, you can join my team at patreon.com/boomshikha. That is my sponsorship page. Yeah. In this video, we'll be speaking about how to ground yourself as an INFJ. I've said this before in the past, and I know you guys know this if you're an INFJ, that again, we spend a lot of time in our heads and we forget that we are human beings with bodies. And so we spend all this time in our head, we're very scattered, we're very airy, and we're not grounded enough. So all this time that we spend in our heads, really vibrating, very fast. And I know this myself, being in that situation very often. For example, yesterday, today is Wednesday. On Monday, this meeting happened in the morning, and there was some discussions and things like that. And afterwards, I felt really ungrounded. I felt really airy, and for that, I could not do any work after. I was so scattered. I could barely sit still in my chair. I had stuff to do. I had a lot of stuff to do, but I literally had to sit in my bed and play a video game for a couple of hours to kind of calm myself down. That's how ungrounded I was, right? And it was because I integrated all the energies of different people, and I integrated different other things that were going on. And so I really needed to calm myself down, really ground myself, right? And as I was sitting there, I was thinking to myself, the techniques I use on a daily basis sometimes I need them on a daily basis to ground myself, are techniques that I should share with you guys. And so there are 3 techniques that I'll share with you guys. There are obviously many more, but these are 3 techniques that work really well for me and really fast, right? Very instantaneous, which is what you need when you're so up in your head, you're just like, right? You need to calm yourself down and bring yourself back down to the ground. These are 3 techniques that I use. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Tell me your own techniques as well, yeah? The first technique that I love to death, I love it, and it's the reason I'm not a vegetarian, is because really heavy proteins, meats, obviously chicken, meat, whatever it might be, really helps me ground myself, right? So what happens is when I am a vegetarian for too long is I spend obviously a lot of time in my head, but my body is not grounded enough because I'm not eating any heavy proteins. And so I feel so light and airy all the time, I cannot do it. I can't be a vegetarian. It's just not possible for me. I know you got vegetarians say, oh, but what about beans? Beans are not heavy enough. I need the protein, the animal protein, right? And so I had that, and it really grounds me. So even on Monday, I haven't had meat in a while, and on Monday I was like, I need to have some animal protein. And so I went out and I had a little bit of meat, and instantaneously I felt that heaviness in my body, and that heaviness in my body grounded me. I felt grounded. I felt like I was on the ground. Like I felt not in my head anymore. I could feel my body even more. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope this makes sense. So that's one technique that I use a lot. And that's why I recommend, if you're an INFJ and if you're a vegetarian, that's one of the worst things you can do for yourself, obviously, because not only are you all air and then you're eating all airy food, you're going to spend more time in your head. But if you can, whenever you feel that need to ground yourself, go have a little bit of animal protein, just a tiny little bit. You don't have to have a humongous portion, just a little bit, and you'll feel the instantaneous grounding effect of that animal protein. Make sense? The second technique that I use very often, I walk around everywhere, and I don't have a motorbike or a bicycle or obviously a car. I live in Chiang Mai, and so it's a pretty walkable city, and I walk almost everywhere that I can, which means obviously my feet are always getting that grounding motion, right? And that's really good if you are an INFJ and you're very airy, or any kind of airy person. The motion of walking, the act of walking, putting your feet on the ground over and over again, that grounds us. It's a physical act of grounding ourselves, right? Even when you're sitting in a chair, have your feet flat on the ground. And the more flat they are on the ground, the more you can feel the ground, the more grounded you're going to feel. So whenever I feel very much in my head, I'm like, I take a step back, I stop whatever I'm doing, and I just go for a quick walk around the city. Maybe 10 minutes. Doesn't even have to be very long. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it might be. I'll just do a round of this area that I'm in, right? So I'll do that round, and as soon as I start walking, as soon as I do the act of moving my feet onto the ground over and over again, it would be great if I could do it bare feet. And so when I'm on an island or something, I walk around bare feet everywhere. But obviously in the city, it's not that hygienic. So I do have shoes on. But it's even better if you have a garden or something where you can walk barefoot on the earth, on the ground. Oh man, that's like brilliant grounding. That will just completely change your psyche, right? So if you have that possibility, do that. I don't. I live in a concrete jungle. No parks around, really. Love the city, but there's not many parks here. So that's one technique, right? So walking, feeling the act, the physical act of walking, the physical act of putting your feet on the ground is very grounding, right? Another thing that I add to that, obviously all this walking really causes my feet to be sore. And so I spend a few minutes every single day kind of taking a little bit of coconut oil and putting it on my feet, like kind of massaging my feet with it. There's a lot of foot massage places here. It's very cheap to get a foot massage here, maybe $7. So I sometimes get foot massages, but I love the physical act of sitting down at the end of a long day before I'm going to sleep and actually massaging my poor feet with a little bit of coconut oil, natural stuff. It smells really good, it feels really good, and I feel self-care. And I really feel a self-love. Like I really feel like I'm actually taking care of myself. And for an INFJ, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. We don't take care of ourselves. We forget that we have a body, right? So that as well you could add to your routine if you are comfortable touching your feet. Some people are not. I love my feet. I love my feet. I love the way they are able to do all these things. I love the way they look. I love the muscles that there are. They're so powerful, right? They're so complicated. Our feet, I mean, it's intense, right? And so because I know all that about feet, I love feet, right? So I love the physical act of it, right? If you don't like it, go get a foot massage or, do like some kind of foot therapy of sorts, like, putting it into Epsom salts or things like that, right? Make sense? The third and the last thing that I kind of use as a technique is I do a lot of yin yoga. And yin yoga is not typically, very power, like fitness yoga. It's not going to cause you to be very fit. But what it does for an INFJ like me is that it really grounds me again, right? Yin yoga, all the poses are held for about 5 minutes, but they're very easy poses to hold for 5 minutes, right? You're not holding like downward dog for 5 minutes, or you're not holding a headstand for 5 minutes, right? What you're doing is you're on the ground, you're doing all these easy, simple exercises on the ground, but your hands and feet are on the ground, your body's on the ground, and all of that motion, all of that being on the ground really helps you feel grounded, right? Makes sense? Again, the physical act of grounding yourself makes you feel grounded. And all of it is about kind of getting out of here, because we spend way too much time here in the airy part of our head, and coming back into our body. The more you can come back into your body over and over again as an INFJ, the more it's going to help you. And it's really powerful how that works. Make sense? So check it out. Check out all the 3 techniques. Try it out. See how that works for you. If you guys have some techniques you use for yourself, then let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you guys are interested, again, join my team at patreon.com/boomshikha. That's my name. I'll talk to you guys the next time around. Yeah? Bye for now.